Yo, what's up, Mortgage Bros? Okay, so I've got something exciting to share with you today. So, if you've actually been struggling to see any ROI from social media or to actually get noticed in the crowded market online, this is basically for you. So, I actually observed something a couple of days ago. So, it's frustrating to actually post for months consistently, facing challenges in getting the results from social media. And I actually noticed that you might be focusing on how to make better posts here, but it's not just the post that you make up the system, right? So someone sees a post, right? This is an entire journey from someone like Facebook or let's just say Instagram right now. Someone scrolls, they see your post, they want like it's in the back of their mind, they want to buy a home, right? But they don't know who to go with, they don't know how to do it, and they just want to like be guided, right? They want to give responsibility over to you, and they want to trust you so that they know that they'll actually get them toward where they want to be, right? So they'll see a post, they'll engage with it, they'll comment, they'll like, they'll see what other people are saying on your posts, they'll check your other posts. Eventually, they'll click on your bio. And most mortgage brokers I've seen, most mortgage agents, specialists, they all just try to funnel them directly into an appointment and say like hey, we can talk out, we can try to get you towards a mortgage, towards a home, things like that, right? But I noticed that there's a lot, like a big jump between that. See, look at how big this jump is, right? And you're asking for all this energy up front, right? If you wanted, something that you can implement right now is like a little social media funnel and a community system. So here's how it works, right? So people actually click the bio there. Instead of booking an appointment with you to talk with you, they'll actually join your community. And the thing is, with the community, it's basically a spot to store all these warm leads from social media, and they're all in one place. So what you can actually do is a sales asset. So the jump between the community and the sales asset is probably some value gained, and you'll just be constantly dropping value, like a post on like, hey, here's how to do this thing. Here's how to check your credit. Here's how to actually, check your buying power. Here's a little tip. Here's this, right? You give all this value, right? And eventually you make a big value bomb here, sales asset. So what that is basically something like similar to this, where you dive deep into the problem and provide them the exact solution, and you basically show them how to actually do it themselves. But then on top of that, you have a little tiny call to action to actually book an appointment. And this actually works really well. A lot of companies that I've talked to that are doing 300K plus per month, some are doing 500K plus per month as well. They're implementing this exact system to actually nurture and warm leads, because instead of having a lead list and calling every one of them, it might take only 2-3 hours to call all of them, and you're converting them individually. It might work, but it's taking a lot of time, right? Instead, you had people join your community. This can be from social media, from referrals, from Google reviews, from anything, right? If you have people join your community, then you have sales assets, right? That will convert and educate so many people in the community. And instead of spending 2-3 hours cold calling a list or calling a list, you spend maybe 30 minutes max to actually create a sales asset that helps convert 200-300 people that are in your community, right? And on top of that, let's say they actually didn't convert yet, right? Then they'll continue engaging in the community. They'll continue to get value. They'll keep on going through the cycle of getting, going to the sales asset, getting a lot of problems solved, getting a lot of value, and they'll keep on going through until they actually book an appointment. So it works for everyone at the same time. It's much more leverage. You spend 10-20 minutes to actually create a video instead of 2-3 hours to individually cold call prospects. So yeah, implement a social media funnel. So some of you might not even have a proper link to actually funnel people towards a booking appointment, right? But most people actually have a bio link at this point. But you just want them to join the community and create sales assets and things like that, right? So the thing is, the more energy you ask for a prospect initially, the less chances there are of converting, right? If you walk up to someone in the middle of the street and say, hey, do you want a mortgage? It's going to be very hard to convert that person, right? But if you ask for small amounts of energy here and there, let's say you go up to a random neighborhood, people who might want to refinance or something, and you say hey, I'm just walking around the area, I'm just trying to build relationships, I'm just trying to provide value and be some a beacon of resources, or library of resources, a beacon of light, just something like that. Try to provide value, right? then you ask them for small amounts of energy here and there, like, hey, could you provide me with your email, and I can send you an email on how to provide, how to actually solve this exact problem you have. Once you have their email, then you actually talk about, like, hey, here's how you get towards getting a mortgage. Here's how you get into a home. You do these small things here and there, and eventually you nurture a prospect from cold all the way into a booked appointment and close. So this right here, this is the most leveraged way of doing this, and it's the most, I guess you could say, time efficient way of doing it, because again, 2-3 hours of cold calling or 10 minutes of making sales asset, right? 20 minutes, right? So here's a quick example that I actually saw of someone who actually did this pretty well. Gotta wait for this to load. Okay, here we go. So the first thing here, right? Look, some pretty, I guess you could say, informative, and it's like funny, real. And here, a little introduction post, a little story, pretty good copy. Here, some more good copy, and like there's like all over this profile. There's a lot of good posts and value here. So if we actually go to this like link here, this is pretty good because it funnels people directly into a lot of places where they can get educated, right? So if you wanted, you can call directly. You can check out their podcast. You have this I guess TV show. You have this on other podcasts. You have a little magazine. You have all of this, all of these podcasts, all of these news sources, all of these places to actually get educated. See, all of these places, like, if you had a question, you could definitely find like an answer here, right? And the thing is, that's beautifully executed, right? She's asking small amounts of energy here and there, small calls to action at the like end of like long informative posts. She has personal posts. She has like funny posts. She has reels. She has these things, that things, right? All of this is small pieces of energy to slowly convert these people, and because it's being done at such a massive scale, it works really well for her. So, the thing is, right? To have a thriving social media community, you have to warm these leads with sales assets and in leverage format, like I said before. Again, that's the chart above right here. And you have to gain their trust and actually establish a little bit of credibility to make them more likely to choose you over some other mortgage broker when it comes to making that decision, right? So you should probably take it a little bit further by creating like really good sales assets that actually guides prospect to getting their to the journey to actually. Oh, power went out. Okay, cool. On the journey to actually get towards a home. Now we actually help by actually we actually help by crafting compelling call scripts for your ISA. So if you actually have one, we'll also help you implement text campaigns and follow-ups to convert these leads right here. This can be from multiple sources, from realtors if they give you referrals. This can be from social media if you bought leads ever. It can be from all of these sources, and this can also be database reactivation. So if you want from some refinance leads from old leads or something like that. And our system has basically everything covered, and it basically converts around 36% of leads to appointments. But the framework is simple. What we actually do, we set up this community, we help you create sales assets, and eventually over time it compounds, and this will be like a main source of actually the leads for you. So if you actually want to learn how to implement the system and how to create the funnel, how to create the community, how to create the sales assets, and how to nurture people from cold prospect to all the way to close the deal, then I can actually show you how to do that on a quick 15-minute implementation call. And what I'll actually do on that, I'll show you how to do this whole system. I'll also show you how to get realtors as referral partners. So that's the main part of our offer. Get 1 to 3 deals closed per month per realtor referral partner. And the way that we actually do that is a unique way. It gets realtors to actually become your partner, even if they already work with a mortgage professional. So if you're actually interested, just click on the link below, and I'll show you on 15-minute call how to actually implement all of this. Now, just make a bag and change lives, guys.